Hello, everyone. It's the Creedence and Bishop show here with you on a Monday?
Monday edition.
night,
Interview Monday.
Yes, sir. Hello, I'm Bishop.
Hi.
That's Mikey Mayhem. Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
Do you like this cute and happy music we have on going in the background?
It seems like we should be doing like a timeshare, the lazy river for all owners. Hours on the golf course.
That's all you know about timeshares is golf courses.
Golf course and lazy rivers. That's me.
Okay.
That's my benefits. That's all I get.
We jump on here every Monday night or so. Did you like the double headphones there, Mikey?
It was interesting. It kind of scared me for a second. I was like, what is he doing? He's going to really screw himself up during this interview.
Now, we jump on every Monday or so, do interviews. This is a little sidebar from the regular show, but still all the fun. Tonight, we're going to have on a very good friend of the show. She's been on the show many, many times. Joanna Angel.
This will be her seventh appearance.
Wow.
Seventh.
I think since the last time that she's joined us, she has been inducted to the AVN Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
She has won many more AVN since last time we talked to her. And you said that also a major life event happened as well.
Yes, we'll discuss that more with her and let her tell us about why and how she did this. Interesting.
Are we talking about the same life event?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Well, and other things have been going on as well. She's also wrote a book, which is very interesting.
She by far is the smartest, and this is by no means disparage any adult film stars we had on. We've had hundreds and hundreds of interviews with adult film stars.
Sure.
By far the smartest, most intelligent, most business savvy, right up there with Jessica Drake. Her and Jessica Drake, probably my top two smartest and most business savvy. Yeah. In the whole industry. Because we've talked to some that is about like me talking into this wall behind me, and you try to do 15 minutes with that and see what happens.
Mikey, how's your week been so far?
It's been really good. Really, really good. It's rained a lot here. It's been rainy and some flooding.
I see that someone went to a sign store. You've added more stuff to the back. You've added Three Stooges.
Yeah, that's new. You like it?
Yes.
It's a metal sign, yeah.
Oh, what'd you go to, like Cracker Barrel or something? You're just like,
no.
Are you guys
Hobby Lobby?
No. We're just shopping in the
Hobby Lobby.
Oh, Hobby Lobby. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They had a lot of stuff I wanted, but I went with this because I'm cheap.
I got you. And thank you for everyone joining us live on the air for our interview with Joanna Angel. Hopefully, she'll jump on with us very soon. Mikey said that, which is totally understandable. Being that this is her seventh time, she still knows not to trust Mikey with any personal information. She knows that he is not a stage 2, but a stage 1 clinger, and that he will message her at 11 o'clock at night. Speaking of 11 o'clock at night, so my son is in kindergarten, right?
Right.
Or he just graduated.
Congrats,
magna cum laude, and his teacher. We finally, because they text like every week at least. But is
this only since there's been homeschooling?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. I just thought she was a bitch.
No.
Go ahead.
But she texted at 11 o'clock the other night. She said it was an accident. She said that she wrote it and that she meant to hit send for the following day. But it was just something silly like, hey, don't forget, we're going to have this Zoom graduation get together thing on Friday. Don't forget to join us for that at 5:30. And he went to it, and like him and my wife are still in the room, and it's like 45 minutes in. I'm like, are you guys done? And my wife was like, no, they've been having technical difficulties pretty much the whole time, which was funny. Like they're keeping all these kids on. So,
but, the attention span of a kindergarten is pretty great. Now you're talking about she said she accidentally texted you that. What if
I'm listening.
she would have actually sent you a nude
Well,
or a message that was not meant for you, something inappropriate?
right.
Would you responded in any way?
Well, unfortunately, my wife is the point man, so she has my wife's phone number and not mine. So,
okay.
Yeah, because
What would your wife have done, you think?
laughed about it and showed me the text like, "Hey, Mrs. Mayhem sent me this crazy text. Look at this," kind of thing. So, or responded in some kind of way. But maybe, I don't know. It would be interesting. Would a teacher lose her job if she sent a bunch of kindergarten parents some kind of lewd? I would guess so, right?
I thought you were going to tell me at first, like, so my son's teacher messaged at 11 o'clock at night and wanted to know if my son was still up and want to talk to him. Like, right. He's laying in the bed talking to her. Dad, I'll be to bed in a little bit. Hold on. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Can James do a personal Zoom?
Just me and him.
Right.
In the bathroom.
Right. So, so we're glad that school is over, and that way we don't have to but they keep emailing us like, dude, we're done. We did all homeschool.
My kids had graduated and I still got these text messages from the high school, and I'd already sent the thing that says, stop, don't send them to me anymore. And I continue to get those and the weather alerts and school's going to start late and everything else. So I'd go in there and wake up my sons, even though they were graduating, and say, hey, look, school's going to be taking in 2 hours late today. Just letting you boys know. They sent me a message. So.
Right. Well, listen, they need to. Your sons are interesting characters.
Yes, they are.
I think I saw a Facebook thing that one of your, well, I guess both of them, because they're twins, are going to be 20 soon, which is crazy.
It's very astonishing
right,
to me that they are going to be 20, because I feel like I'm just turning 20.
Right.
So it's very off-putting that my youngest children are going to be 20 years old. And I don't know what expectations to have for them, because I mean, they're not like wild and crazy kids. They're more the video game screaming from the room all hours of the night kind of kids. So
I like that you still call them kids, but they're 20.
Oh, they'll always be kids.
Right.
My daughter's 25 and has a child that's 1 year old. She's still a kid. I call her the kid all the time. I was like, hey, kid.
But have you talked to your one son has a job and your other son doesn't have a job? Are you worried?
Well, the one son
he'll never leave the house.
No, the one son works. Well, I know neither one of them will ever leave the house, but the one son,
them.
Yes,
emotionally.
They're crippled emotionally if they stay away for too long. The one he does like odd job stuff right now until he's decided what he wants to do, which is fine. I've always been a firm believer in you kind of let kids figure it out. And you're a kid till you're probably like 23, 24 years old. I know you didn't move out of your home from your mother until you were the ripe old age of 30. So
no, I wasn't that old.
Oh, come on.
29 and a half. No, I wasn't. I wasn't that old.
How old were you?
I don't know. 16, 17, something like that.
Mm-hmm. I know you were older than that.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Were you in a hurry to leave home?
Yes. I couldn't go. I was hobbled emotionally as well. So I couldn't go either. I couldn't wait to get out.
You couldn't wait, huh?
Right. So
is it big difference to you? Because when I moved out on my own, spoiler, I'd already gotten my girlfriend pregnant. We already had a child together. So sure. I went from living at home to living with someone else. Mm-hmm. So is there a big difference? You got to live basically on your own. You might have had roommates or anything like that. Is there a big difference between living at home and then living on your own? As far as like, how did you feel about that?
I mean, I feel there was a difference, like my mom wasn't really all up in my business, that much. But there was definitely that kind of freedom, but it was like, okay, well, you have a job now and all that stuff. So it's not like,
right.
It wasn't like the leaving home college experience kind of thing. But I don't know. It was what I'm saying is I'm looking for a roommate, and I want one of your sons to move in with me. That's what I'm saying.
The one with a job.
The one without a job, just so we can make it interesting.
Keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Give him something to do.
Right. No, it was definitely interesting, you know. Because for the longest time, the in between time, I didn't do laundry, right? So like I would just buy like brand new socks and brand new underwear.
Was it because you had never done laundry, or you just didn't like doing it?
I just didn't want to do it. I just didn't feel like doing it. I knew how to do it, but you know, I just didn't feel like doing it. So I thought it would be cheaper and easier just to buy new underwear and new socks every week and throw them away.
What about your other clothes? Did you just fold them back up and hang them dirty?
Yeah. Like
you give them a smell test and you just put it back up.
I would put them in a brown paper sack, like someone that, you know, like the Blues Brothers, whenever he's getting out of prison.
Right.
And, you know, I would let it sit there. No, I mean, I would wash those, but you know, I felt that those were more of an investment than underwear and socks.
You felt like that was a long-term investment, where you felt like underwear and socks were just a short-term kind of thing, where you just, you know, turn around. Didn't you feel like, I mean, did you have that much money? I mean, everyone's going to be thinking you're pretty damn rich at this point. You're throwing away underwear and socks.
I had pretty good money at that time, you know, and I was making pretty decent amount of money, enough to throw away socks and underwear. Creed
what
wants
is
to know how nice it is to
step over giant holes in the floor. What does this mean?
Well, the house that I lived in with my mom had like giant holes in the floor. Like she had carpet, but there was holes in the floor. So
like tiger traps in Vietnam.
Well, yeah, you would kind of fall. But
she lay like straw over the top of them, or leaves.
You would see them, but you would not fall completely. So the floor would be there, but you would go down a little bit, but you wouldn't fall through the floor because the carpet was strong enough.
So would you walk over that part where the hole was, or did you have like an obstacle course you would go through, bobbing and weaving your way through your home?
Yeah. Once you knew where the holes were, it was like Indiana Jones. You know, like you would like hop on this thing and hop on that thing and everything like that. I enjoyed. By the way, in the backstage, I don't know if you can see Mikey, but Joanna has been with us. But she has been she's been setting up. It's a amazing light rig.
Really?
Yeah, I think she's ready. Joanna,
are you sure? She got the director there.
Can you give me a thumbs up if you are ready? Okay, she's ready. Well, with no further ado, and enough about the slum that I used to live in. Let's bring on a very good friend of the show. Like I said, Mikey, you said this is the 7th time that Joanna's been on the show?
This would be the number 7. Yes, absolutely.
Wow. 7th time. And since we've seen her last, AVN Hall of Famer, give it up for Joanna Angel, everyone. Joanna
hello.
Angel,
Welcome. And this is so great that I can actually see her this time. This is all this new technology when we came back has really opened our eyes to a lot of things now that we get to see our guests and not just hear them. And the people love it. They love it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I don't know. I had to unscrew a light and then rescrew it. And I didn't think anyone saw me.
No, you're fine.
No one saw you but Bishop.
Yeah.
And when I say that's no one, that's no one. Right there, Bishop.
I was like, what? First I saw her pop on and I was like, I don't think she's ready. And then I saw like her from a distance and setting things up. I was like, oh, you're okay.
It wasn't working on my laptop. I guess you need Chrome. I hate using Chrome. I don't know.
Yes.
But it worked on my phone. So I was like, oh, now I got to put my phone on a thing. So I'm not just like that girl that's like, and yeah. So I had to put my phone on a thing and then I had to plug my phone in and, you know, but it's okay. I figured it out.
No, you're good. You're good.
It seems like Joanna always has a something going on when we talk to her. There was one time she had company coming and she's like, hold on, let them out of the house. And she was letting the company out or whatever was going on. Then there was the one time when we were talking to her and I heard something. And I was like, what is that? And she was peeing while she was talking to us. And I called her out on that. I was like, are you peeing right now? And you're like, yes, I'm peeing. And who can forget the big one, Bishop? The one that I had to go back and look up the date on when it
Yeah,
was
I don't even remember.
2011. Joanna
Okay.
Angel was stuck in the crawl space or attic, whatever you want to call it. I guess it was your office or something. You said you were at your office or in your office or something like that, but you were stuck and had to call someone to rescue you live on the air. Like a trooper, you still did the interview.
I've never missed anything like my whole career. Actually, there was one photo shoot. I didn't even miss it. I canceled the night before. And God, that guy reminds me of it every single time he sees me. I've never missed a shoot. I've never missed an interview. I've never missed anything. Isn't that crazy?
And that is very rare. We were just talking about earlier how we've done thousands in the last 15 years, probably interviews with adult industry people. And you and Jessica Drake are the two smartest and most savvy business people ever, because we've talked to some, like I said, it's about like interviewing this wall behind me. And that's a tough 15 minutes. I mean, tough 15 minutes trying to pull something out, but you really got it going.
Well, thank you. And just because people aren't good at interviews, that doesn't mean they're not good at other things. So
no, in their craft, their profession.
Exactly.
Watch out.
So
they were aces for sure.
Don't take that away from them.
Not at all. Now, it's been quite a while since we talked to you. Bishop was talking about your induction to the AVN Hall of Fame that happened.
God, when was that? A few years ago now? 2016?
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Where did the time go?
That's what we've been saying. What's going on now? And I saw something that I was very surprised by, maybe. And it said that you had, this could be an internet rumor, could be all lies. Tell me if it is, that you are now married. And I said, tell me it ain't so. She's married now? How did this happen? The next thing I was waiting for to say you started a chinchilla farm or something like that.
Like no one could possibly marry her.
Who would want her?
Who would do such a thing? I know. I ask myself that every day. My parents have actually asked him that. They're like, how do you do it? I admit, on my wedding, my entire family was sending him condolences. They were like, we're so sorry.
Where did you find time though? You're the busiest woman in the industry, it seems like, especially now. There's so many little things I see all the time that you're doing. I'm like, how does she have time for a husband or any kind of life whatsoever? Because you're constantly doing stuff. You have not let up at all.
I haven't. It's true. Well, actually, that's why I feel like this COVID quarantine has felt like the first time off I've had ever.
Right.
I think it was the first thing that sort of forced me to slow down. And it's been really good for me. I'm not saying I'm not trying to say I don't want a disease to happen for my
right. No pandemics,
benefit,
no locusts or anything like that.
Nothing but thoughts and prayers that go out to everybody who's been sick or who's been struggling in this time. But I think the world has been divided into two. There have been people that have been mentally, if they're not sick, just staying inside is kind of driving them crazy. But I think for me it's been good. But yeah, I did get married in 2016 on Halloween.
What a great time. That sounds like.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the only thing that could stop your workflow is a worldwide pandemic. Yeah, that's pretty good.
But the way that business is now, I mean, the business that was in 2010 when we were really starting things really good is not the business it is today. I mean, not even close. When I've started trying to book interviews, I learned so many girls we used to do interviews with are the business now. The business is gone completely. So things have really changed, and in order to keep doing business, you kind of had to change it up.
In any, it's like that in any industry, especially entertainment. I mean, Hollywood is not the same, music is not the same. Fashion is not the same. I mean, all entertainment has changed a lot because people are entertained differently. And I do consider porn as a subgenre of entertainment. Yeah. I mean, that is what it is,
Yeah, definitely.
It does have the word entertainment in it, adult entertainment.
Adult
So,
entertainment, yeah.
yeah. So with it changing, do you feel like it's changed for the better? Do you feel like business is better than ever? Or do you think the golden day has come and gone and now we're just in this transition to the next thing?
Look, it's different for everyone. I mean, I also know that's funny because when you were like, oh, I heard this rumor, like the last thing I thought you said was that you got married. That actually makes it really funny that you said that. But I did about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I sold my company.
Mm-hmm.
So I am not the owner of Burning Angel anymore. That's what I thought you were going to ask.
I went and looked at I was like, oh, let me go see what's going on over there. And I went and I looked, I was like, okay, this seems like she doesn't own this anymore. But
I still do direct for it. I'm not sure how much, I don't know. I mean, part of the buyout deal was, I did sign a contract to direct for it. So it's kind of up to them how much longer they're going to continue it or not. Which is a weird feeling, but I have still been directing for Burning Angel ever since the sale. So a lot of people didn't notice the difference. I know the layout of the website and stuff like that is different, but still no one else has, they haven't brought on like other people to put their creativity in there, but they might at some point. It's not my decision anymore. But
is it odd like going back and directing for them for the website, being that you started it,
Well, it's not weird because I was still it was exactly the same to anyone. I was still using my crew. The only thing that was different is I would like have to work out financial shit with them. So
right.
The only thing that really changed was for me to the talent and everything. It really not much has changed. Just like scheduling and budgeting and stuff just would have to go through someone else. And I couldn't be like, oh, next month we're doing this. Like I'd have to kind of check with someone, but so it's not like I had to walk onto their set and be like, oh, what's your name? Like they let me use, all my own, all that stuff. I just wasn't the one paying.
It's not like you got a sweet deal then. Sounds like things worked out really good for you.
It did. It was definitely.
As long as it put a couple dollars in your pocket, that's all that matters. And you seem happy. I don't see any cardboard boxes behind you, not moving or anything. The house isn't being taken away or anything like that.
No, well, I didn't have a house before. I bought my first house. So I.
Oh wow!
I did a grown-up thing.
Now with
so that's good. Made my parents happy.
It seems like too now that you have a house, you can shoot a lot now from your own house, right? Do you do a lot of shooting there at your own home?
Well, I have been doing a lot of shooting in my house now, especially. Yeah. But yeah, the business has changed, but I don't know. Some people say it's better. Some people say it's worse. There was definitely a time after I sold my company where I was like kind of depressed and I was like, I shouldn't have sold it. But now I'm like, I'm so glad I sold it. I think this is a tough time to be a studio. I actually think it's a great time to be talent. There's so many different platforms now for talent to make money, to do their own thing, to have their own brands, which is great. But then the downside of that is that it is such a good time. So it's kind of saturated, But I don't know. I mean, there's still money in porn. It's just in different places. But I mean, I had sat in on one of the meetings of everybody deciding what to do, when to resume production and how we're going to resume production. And like, it was a really great feeling to be like, you know what, you guys figure this out and let me know. I'm going to go.
Any idea? Can you give us a hint when that all is going to start rolling back in again?
I have no idea.
I don't think anybody does, by the way. Yeah, I don't think it's just your industry.
I know that they said production definitely can't start until Hollywood production is allowed to start, but I think that's allowed to start next week. But I don't know, porn, it's going to be very complicated, and I am so glad I'm not the one in charge of figuring out those decisions. So I'm just going to wait for somebody else to figure it out, and I will just do what I'm told, which is the nice feeling of not being the owner.
Just wait for the phone call.
Yeah. And it seems like now things have really changed in the last 10 years, we'll say, and that more people, it's become even more mainstream than it was before, where people are doing these OnlyFans. Like the lady down the street's got her own OnlyFans thing, and everybody is feeding off of that. Do you feel like that's something that has, you know, because DVDs, who's buying DVDs anymore?
Well, I think this COVID actually put the nail in the coffin, because, you know, the internet companies could still kind of survive, you know, but
Right.
like DVDs, they couldn't have anybody in the warehouse. All shipping slowed down. I mean, I think a lot of the last remaining DVD store chains are going to close down. So, I mean, but that's been dying for a really long time. But
Yeah, it's been on its way out, and it's dead now, pretty much.
It's gonna, like, I've talked to some of the people that work in DVD distribution, and they're like, this might be it, you know, because they had to lay off so many people, and then warehouse space, and just a lot of the stores. I think the only places that are still selling DVD, you know, some of those web retail places, you know,
right,
like Adult DVD Empire, those will be the last standing DVD retail people. But yeah.
So has business got easier for you then? Business is basically a lot easier now?
Business has never been easy for me.
Okay.
But it's just different, you know? It's just.
Is it different because you're married? Did that change anything, like as far as like your perspective on things and how you dealt with them?
Oh, well, no. I mean, I don't know if you know, I met a really nice guy.
Is he around? Can I talk to him? Is he anywhere nearby? Could you bring him in? Because I would like to know what he thinks. Because I mean, if you don't mind me talking to him.
Porn too. I sex trafficked him into the industry. You know, like those stories you hear.
You were one of those things where you drug him into the industry when he didn't want to be. He was like the Linda Lovelace of this relationship. You forced him into it, but he smiled the whole time.
I literally did force him into it, and he had no choice. And now he's like the greatest male performer in the industry. He won male. Yeah, he's only been in for a couple of years. Yeah, now he won male performer of the year. He's you know, he's big time. He's more big time than me now. You know, we're like Karate Kid. The student has surpassed the teacher. But yeah, he wasn't important the first like 2 years we were dating, and everyone was so happy for me that I met such a nice guy,
a decent man. Finally.
And I ruined his life.
You are a corrupter of souls and a stealer of hearts.
Let me get him. Hold on. I'll
Go get him.
Hey,
Mikey, do you know who her husband is?
No, I don't know him personally, but I think his nickname is Small Hands.
What? Small Hands?
I saw something about something Small Hands.
So they said they wanted to talk to the.
Bring him on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe you have taken up with my sweet, sweet Joanna. She was such a sweet girl. Now, did you have them there tattoos before you met her? I know she's an awful lady. She might have corrupted you into that.
I had them before I met her. Most of them. Yeah.
Sure you did.
They told them.
Tell me how she poisoned your mind with pornography. Go ahead.
She definitely poisoned my mind with pornography. That's for sure.
And what did you think when she said, "Hey, would you like to get in on this?" Were you resistant, or did you just jump right in?
I said, no.
no.
I said, no, I'm good. I'm cool. I got other things going on in life. And then she said, well, if you love me, you're going to do this. It's not really a discussion.
Right. That sounds like something she would do.
Blink twice if she's holding a knife to your side.
That's why she's off stage. All right.
I know she's into some sort of satanic cult. This is something where she pushed you into this. I know it.
Yeah.
You haven't enjoyed any of it.
No.
Not 1 minute.
So terrible.
I feel like me and Bishop should take our shirts off now that he's sitting here with no shirt
Right.
on.
I was just thinking that too. I was
like, should we take our shirts off to make him feel comfortable?
I was like,
I wanted you to feel comfortable. And I'm like, should I take my shirt off? Should we take shirts off?
I'll show my tats.
Go ahead and show her your tats. Look at this specimen.
Look at that.
Would you like him to get into films too? Go ahead, try and corrupt Bishop like you did your. What would you like me to call you, Mr. Angel?
Aaron is my real name. You can call me
Aaron. Aaron, do you have a nickname or anything like that?
My stage name is Small Hands.
Why is your stage name Small Hands?
Because I do have
He does have really small hands. See?
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh.
and I kind of have like small feet and not a small.
Right.
So I just thought it was kind of funny and stupid, and I also didn't think I'd have a career in porn. So at the time when I came up with the stage name, I just didn't think it would matter.
It's a joke that went really far.
Right.
Again.
Right.
It's like I'm the like you know those bands that are like decent but have like really bad names and they're just stuck with crappy names forever. Like
Stuck.
That's what I am of porn.
Well, I mean, it works out if you got small hands and a big unit. It makes your unit look even larger, like a midget holding it, you know?
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
It really looks great in pictures.
Now,
was that the wedding photo? It was like,
yeah.
We're here for the wedding of Small Hands and Joanna Angel.
I could show you our wedding photos. It was
awesome.
It was very cute. I had like blood all over my face.
Aw.
Fake blood.
Well,
Fake
they
blood.
know it was Halloween.
Yeah, I told them it was
Okay.
Halloween,
Like,
but
that's kind of weird if you don't know it was
Right.
Halloween.
She told me it
We
was
were not-
Christmas.
We were in a horrible car accident before we got married.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
yeah.
And
What
he
a
had,
fight.
like satanic devil horns in and stuff. You
We
know.
had a 7-foot tall Grim Reaper come out of a coffin,
Mhm.
and we walked down the aisle to Slayer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What Slayer song?
To Rain and
Rain
Blood.
Rain and Blood.
It was like
Na, na,
yeah,
na, 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 na,
and
na.
then I was like walking down to
And we
it,
kind of
you know?
treated it more like a concert. We had everyone get up and we're like cheering and clapping and doing all kinds of stuff. And
There's
everybody
like a
was-
mosh pit over in the groom side.
It
It's pretty great.
was fun.
All right, so let me ask you this. In case anybody's out there wondering, how can they meet a girl like Joanna? How did you meet her since you were not in the industry? Were you like a key grip or something? How'd you get with her?
No. I did a lot of things before porn. I played in touring bands around the world that for many years. And then I owned a graphic design and printing company down in San Diego, where I'm from. And basically, long story short, Joanna and Burning Angel were a customer of mine.
Okay.
We would make like merch for them, like T-shirts that said anal and stickers that said blowjob or whatever. And we were all fans. Everybody knew who she was. We shared a warehouse with a skateboard company. There's posters of Joanna on the wall and stuff. And then at some point, a friend of ours, a mutual friend, set us up on kind of a blind date, and that's how we kind of got started.
Yeah. It was. I don't know. At some point, I just told my friend. I was like, I don't know. I was like, oh, I don't know. I want to like meet someone new. And then he was like, the guy that prints your T-shirts, like he's single. And I was like,
Ready to mingle.
yeah.
What if he had a really small
I
penis?
don't
Would you
know.
still dated him? Like if you'd have been like, what if you went on a date and he didn't just have small hands, he had like a small penis, like
Well,
really
Yeah,
small
she had to-
penis.
She had to inspect that on the
Yeah,
first
on the
date.
first date, because we went on our first date and like we got along really well, and
Refreshing.
I saw his hands and I was petrified. I was like, you know what? He's so nice and he's so handsome. He has
Right.
to have a small
Right.
dick. There's has
Right.
to be something
Right.
wrong with him. So he was like, okay, it was really nice taking you out. I'm gonna go home now. I was like, no, you're not going home. You can't go home. And then I took him back to my apartment and I just like pulled his pants down. And like I did give him like a blowjob, but it was really more
Not like a blowjob. It was
Something like one.
Right.
Just worse.
But
It was like a
more-
blowjob, just
But
worse.
I thought that I had just wooed her and charmed her
No, it was
so
an
well, but
inspection.
really she was just flat out inspecting size to know if she even wanted to talk to me.
Yeah,
Question.
it was, well, I need to know before we continue. It's not fair, if you're a guy into big tits, and you're into big butts, and you go on a date with a girl, you can see if
Sure.
she has those
Right.
things with clothes on. You could be like, all right, well, I like big asses. This girl has a big ass, but like, it's very difficult for
Hard to
girls.
see the dong
Yeah,
outline.
it's hard for girls who just
Right.
He's wearing some tight disco
No.
pants.
It's
Yeah,
not
those
something you
hipster
can
jeans.
ask, because every guy's gonna say, yeah, it's big, Everyone's gonna say yes, it's big, and every guy knows how to photograph it at a certain angle where it always looks big.
Yeah, lay it next to something really small. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with guys with small penises. There's nothing wrong with them. There's hope for them in the
Let's say
world. It's
average. Let's not call them small anymore, can we? You're really offending a large portion of our audience. Let's talk average size penises, not small
Yeah.
penises.
I actually
Average.
know a lot of girls in porn that love small penises because they're like, oh, I get like too much.
There you
big
go,
dick.
guys.
I want a small dick at home. I'm like, no, not me.
At what point did you realize how tiny his hands were? You were like, you were at
Automatically?
Olive Garden, like, or well, he was passing you
At a
bread.
British pub. It was like a British, pub.
And he was holding a shot glass like
on
a
their
pint glass. It was so
I mean,
small.
They look small.
Help him
They're
pick
not
up
usually
stuff like
small.
he had to help him pick up the board. He has like really small hands, like a Barbie doll, just like really tiny, weird hands.
They don't
Like
look
you go
that
to
small
touch
from
his
here.
He's like, oh, hello. And you, oh, God, his
Then
hands
I'm
are so
learning,
small.
playing guitar, I got to move twice as fast.
Right.
Quick
Damn
fingers on the
these
football.
hands.
If only I had been born with big hands instead of a big penis. Where would my music career be now?
I'm just taking what God's given me and using it the best I can.
Lemonade out of lemons.
Good for
Or
you.
a big penis. Lemonade
Good
out of
for
big
you.
penis.
Exactly.
I'm glad. You are definitely a cute couple.
We are, right? Sometimes people think we're brother and sister, and I'm like, tattoos aren't hereditary.
Look, he's got his daddy's tattoos.
Right. That boy ain't mine. He ain't got my tattoos.
He ain't got that anchor tattoo on his forearm. I got
Nope.
Popeye's
That's
kid.
fine.
It's got his dad.
Popeye's kids. Well, I am so glad to see you're doing well. I'm glad you're taking care of Joanna and keeping her company in a pandemic where she could have went crazy. We might have lost her during this. She might have went off into the woods. We never saw her again after this. But
Don't
you were
worry,
there to
I've
hold
got
it
her
together.
grounded. She's all right.
What's something you can tell us that most people don't know about Joanna? She got like a guilty pleasure she don't want to tell the world about.
She
got
really likes to dance to vintage Janet Jackson. If you ever want her,
Really?
if she's in a bad mood, if something's not working, throw on some 80s Janet Jackson, and all of a sudden the smile comes back, the bop comes back.
She puts on Nasty Girls and she's just in a
Yes.
zone.
Oh,
She's like, control.
about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I
okay.
don't think I've been trying to learn that if dance since I was like 7 years old, and it's never gonna.
Yeah, she's how do you say it? Not a good dancer.
She is not part of the Rhythm Nation, is what
It's
you're telling us.
extremely entertaining.
I'm glad you guys know all the inside Janet Jackson.
Hey, I grew up, even though I'm only 22 years old at this point, I grew up
Yes.
knowing people who were older. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Right. And they told you all about it.
They told me all about it.
I'm
Sit around the
23.
fire,
Yeah.
talking about Janet Jackson. So what new ventures have you gotten into? You've gotten married. You got this astonishing young man here. I mean,
Aw.
what a work of art this young buck is. What have you guys gotten into together? What kind of business ventures do y'all have ahead?
We've been shooting movies at home. We've done some cool stuff. We've
We own a whiskey company.
we do own a whiskey company. You guys have to try it. Doom's Whiskey. You
Oh.
can buy it on doomswhiskey.com. So we did start that.
Okay.
I wrote a book. I've actually almost done with my second book. I have to work on the final edits of it, and that should be.
What's
out
the
next
second book
year.
about?
It's about a girl that works at a strip club, and I wonder if there will ever even be strip clubs again after this COVID thing. Will they exist? You can't practice social.
Right.
It's gonna really open the door for some really ugly women with nice bodies to make some money. They're gonna be wearing masks up there, and it's gonna be
Right, and
I
then
didn't
they have
think
to
of that.
stand 6 feet away.
yeah. They're really going. By the way, Bishop said he's going to have a lawsuit coming your way.
Yeah.
Bishop. He originated the exotic
Oh.
Choose Your Own Adventure book.
What?
Bishop.
Well, yeah,
years and
yeah,
years ago, we had done.
I didn't
say
write
back-
one. I didn't write
It was
one.
about
but
he just did one on the
it
radio.
was a bit. It was a bit.
It was a bit
yeah.
we did. I'd say about 2010. We had Phil Varone on when he was doing his whole Swingers series,
Yeah.
and Bishop started doing Phil Varone impersonation, but as him doing Choose Your Own Adventure. So he would say
Wow.
say something about
It-
something.
it-
and
It
Go
was
ahead,
like
Bishop.
I don't know if I haven't heard Phil Verone's voice in forever, but we'll just do this. It would be like, all right, stud, you just walked into a room and there's 4 chicks and 1 guy. What do you do? If you want to hook up with the 4 chicks, turn to page 48. If you want to say what's up to the guy, turn to page 69.
That's literally what my book is.
and then we would say,
Go
we
ahead.
say page 69, and then he would
Good.
say,
Good choice, stud. This guy's the coolest guy you ever met. You go ride jet skis for 4 hours with this dude. While you're riding jet skis, there's 2 blondes. If you want to talk to the blondes, turn to page 147.
That's
If you want to keep riding jet skis, turn to page 1.
yeah, say go to page 1, of course, right?
Why
jet
is it-
skis.
Yeah, swinger DVDs were kind of like that, right? It'd be like, which door should we go into?
Yeah, he had one that was like that where you could you'd pick a door, and he had, and it was so weird because we had him on all the time to promote those, and then one day he came and he was done with it, and now it's like, wow, what do we have to talk to Phil about? I've got his phone number. Should I call him and talk to him? What do we have to talk to Phil about?
Yeah.
No, but your book is called Night Shift, right?
It's called Night Shift, yeah. And then, I'll have another Choose Your Own Adventure book again coming out next year.
Those were my favorite as a kid. Gosh, those were my favorite.
Well, these are not for kids.
Well, they were the ones I read were. So
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying,
know.
I loved those as a kid. Not yours particularly. Like I say, I'm a young man, but I haven't read that one when I was a kid. But I did. Scholastic Book Fair came through. Choose Your Own Adventure books every single time. Yeah, Goosebumps were good too.
Mm-hmm.
When we get off here, we're going to talk about videos. Tiny hands, small hands, little hands. I made a video with a Joanna Angel sex doll that is by far the greatest of all time. I will send her the link for that when we get off here. And I want you to watch it and think, if I have a career, possibly in adult film acting as an extra, maybe you guys are doing something in the background. You need a chubby bartender that looks 20, that's 50.
Oh my God.
Look, I just want to get my pitch in, Bishop. I told you I want to be in a movie.
Last time we were on set, we were like, if only we knew a bartender who looks like he's 20 but is 50, and like we couldn't find one. So
it could have been me.
You know.
So
I want to apologize. This is the internet version of sliding your script underneath the toilet. I'm sorry that he did this to you. I know that we've burned all confidence and trust in you now. But don't
look. I tried for years to get Will Ryder to put me in one of his parody movies. Every time he put a new one out, I'd say, "Hey, man, come on, Uncle Fester, right? I mean, come on, I can be in the Addams Family. Anything. I just wanted a bit part. I didn't want to have sex with anyone. I just wanted to be in one so I could say, hey, that was me in Butt Pirates 27.
Careful, brother. That's not started for me. You know, it's a
what was your first role, by the way? Were you the pizza guy, plumber? What was your first role that you had?
The first thing I ever did on camera was. Well, if you'll be quiet and let me talk, I'll tell you.
Oh, what? Put her in her place, brother.
No, the first thing I ever did on camera was an outside like Zumba class, like a workout scene.
Okay.
There was like 15 of us in the class, and I was just dude number 7 doing stretches and dancing, and then the gym instructor got his dick sucked.
Yeah.
So
it happens at Zumba classes all the time, by the way. I don't know if you've ever been to a real one. All the time.
I haven't. So in my mind, that's how they all are.
Joanna, are you a fan of the Zumba? Joanna, are you a Zumba fan? Is that why it was a Zumba?
I'm actually not a fan of Zumba, but the girl that we were shooting that day, she had really big boobs and a big butt. You know, it just seemed like a good exercise to show off her valuables. You know,
valuable goods. Go ahead, Bish. I know you had a question.
It was Zumba with these Zumbas, or like something really clever.
How catchy is that? I mean,
eyebrow.
Yeah.
It took like at least 2-3 seconds for you to think of that one. That one was it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
I hope the video ended with Small Hands' character leaving, asking for a refund, and leaving a really bad Yelp review. Like, I went to the Zumba and I was highly offended.
I just left without parking validation.
I was disgusted. It was
now we've got to buy the whiskey. We've got to sit here and get drunk on the air. I know we're going to do a 24-hour podcast coming up very soon. We haven't got that all out yet, but we're going to do one. Maybe we need to get drunk. We need to have a drunk show. We had a drunk show a long time ago. Okay. And that was something.
Where are you guys located? Are you in Vegas? I can't remember.
No, we're North Carolina. We're North
Carolina. The furthest you can get from Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, you can get a bottle shipped to you if you order
the Vegas of the Carolinas.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. If you guys ever want to come to the beach, you can stay in my garage.
Nice.
Just putting it out there.
Wow.
Just putting it out there.
Like I'm on tour again.
There you go. Couch surfing.
Totally.
It seems like you guys have got it all. Joanna Angel has it all now. She's got the perfect man, perfect business sense. She is by far, you really landed the business sense part of it. She is the business.
Second book coming out soon. I got a whiskey. I mean, what more could you want? What more could you want?
2 dogs and some coffee in the morning and
Yeah, I guess
We're good.
We'll see what happens next.
What happens next is I'm gonna book you again in about 3 months. We're gonna talk about some other stuff because I feel like there's a lot we haven't really delved into. And I'm not just going to interview Joanna. I need you here too. I feel like now.
Should we mark it down 3 years? Should I put it in the Google calendar?
Go ahead. Let's put that on in. That way, you know. And like I told Bishop, I said, look, I gotta email her this. Hopefully she checks her email. He's like, oh, okay. I was like, everybody else we've talked to so far, was nice enough to let me have a direct line to him. But Joanna knew better.
Joanna, don't do it. Don't do it. No.
Joanna's probably one of those people like, I'll call you guys. Don't worry.
You guys remember me when I was just a little baby angel, so I'll always.
Back when she was peeing on the phone.
I did. There was once they were interviewing me, and they're like, "What is that noise?" I was like, "Nothing." And then I was like, "They were like, are you peeing?" I was like, "Yes, I'm peeing."
You peed on the phone, not on the phone, but I mean during the interview. And she also got captured. She captured herself in a crawl space. Had to call for help.
Yeah, I was locked in a crawl space in this. I don't know, when we had a little loft space in New York. I was locked in this thing and I had to like call for help while I was on the video. Yeah, I was on the office line to call the super and I was like, don't worry, I'm still gonna do this show. I was like,
now you're on the Mount Rushmore of porn. There you are, the Mount Rushmore of porn. There's your face. You've become so many great things. Sold that business, made $2-3 million at least.
That's an NDA.
Look at you. But now, I mean, you're actually using that degree you got. You got what'd you get, like a minor in literature or something like that?
Yeah.
Now,
I did write a book, so I guess it went somewhere.
So look, you didn't waste that money or whoever's money it was.
No.
Well spent. Money well spent. Well, we won't hold you guys up any longer. I definitely would like to get back up with you guys again very soon, so we can continue these amazing conversations. But I have a feeling you guys got maybe some dinner to do. Who cooks dinner around there, by the way? Who's the cook in the house?
We both do it together. Yeah.
Sloppy Joe's tonight. Oh, tacos.
No, it's not. It's Monday. Taco Monday.
Taco Monday. Most people do Taco Tuesday, so you're really bucking the trend there.
We're rebels. What can we say?
We're one step ahead.
We really taco to the beat of our own drum.
Before you know it, everybody be doing Taco Monday. Mark my words. Mark my words. Joanna Angel and amazing Mr. Angel now. I'm just going to call you Mr. Angel.
Hey, if you're nasty.
There you go. Janet Jackson, watch out. Joanna Angel is going to be part of the Rhythm Nation before you know it.
I hope so.
I hope you do. You know what? I'll put in a call and see what I can do for you. Anything I can do for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got it. Sloppy Joe Sundays at my house, by the way. Come over. Sloppy Joe's at my house. Thank you guys again very much, Joanna Angel.
You guys stay safe.
We will stay safe.
Out there. And we will talk to you soon.
All right. Take care of things in the world of beautiful people.
Okay, you too.
All right, goodbye.
All right, bye.
Wow, Bishop. Look at that.
So that was good. I think everyone should check out the book, Night Shift, A Choose Your Own Erotic Fantasy. Just search that. I'm sure it's on Amazon and all the other places. And we'll link up all the social media and different ways that you can get up with Joanna, correct there, Mikey?
Oh, absolutely. To see it all down there and the old details on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or wherever you're joining us tonight. Maybe you're over on Twitch. Maybe not. Who knows?
Who knows? That was very funny that she rung on her husband, that he was in the other room and we got a chance to meet him. Right.
I'm like, come on, bring him in. This good-looking stud with no shirt on. What a guy. And you took your shirt off, which was even better.
Yeah. Well, listen, I was wondering. I'm glad you brought it up. I was like, is he always just hanging out with no shirt on? But apparently he is.
That's what good-looking guys do, Bish.
No, I didn't know that.
I can't even eat a sandwich with my shirt off.
Right. Isn't it? It's disgusting to eat with no shirt on, right?
Eating with no shirt is gross.
Right.
Disgusting.
Well, I want to thank everyone that joined us live for the interview and everyone that watched the interview on the different platforms that we are on. Also, thank you to everyone that has joined us and liked the page this week.
Subscribe everywhere. You're on YouTube. subscribe. Give a thumbs up to the videos you enjoy, so we know to continue doing this and bringing it to you each and every week in only the way we can.
All right, Mikey. Thanks for joining us. I look forward to when you go back to the Hobby Lobby and get yourself a new tin.
I will have a new one next week. You just
Could
wait.
it be a '66 Corvette? I think that's what the next one's going to be.
Dad's Garage.
Dad's Garage. Yes. All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll see you on
Wednesday.
We will see you on Wednesday. Bye.